texted if I wanted to stop, I would've let it go. But I get it, it's alright, 'cause I can't keep my shit together. Say fuck it, yeah, can't debate that. Don't want shit to get better, 'cause it made me forget it all and I hate that. Last summer, everything was easy. We had it all, didn't we, baby? No wonder you couldn't keep it. It got harder than you thought it would be. You stopped loving me on the dark nights. Now you won't kiss me in the sunlight. Last summer, I know you leave me, 'cause loving me is the easy. You know the strings that pulling me, that make me bend and break. You know how to feed my dark side. You hook me in like bait. Then in one split second, I'm like honey in your hands. I know that we'll never be perfect, so could you make me understand? Yeah, yeah. Happiness needs pain, like the ground needs rain, and fire breathes flame like I need you. Victory needs a fight, like the dark bleeds light, and wrong craves right like I need you. Like I need you.
Welcome everybody to the Goose House weekly skirmishes. Today we are in the semi-finals of the upper brackets. Today we have Team Blade and Embry. Correct me here. What was the other team? I'm not exactly sure. Excuse
I think
me.
it's Team Sheev, I believe.
Ah, okay. We have Team Blade versus Team Sheev. See how this goes, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I think our first map, well, only map for tonight is going to be Breeze with these two teams.
I see.
I quite like Breeze, to be honest. I think it's my favorite map. I see a lot of people complaining about it because of all the long angles, but, you know, I actually quite like it. So I'm going to be quite excited.
It all depends on what you play. Personally, I'm more of an Icebox guy, but Breeze is nice. I like Breeze.
Icebox, that's not
Breeze
for me.
is always fun to watch. Breeze is definitely always fun to watch because Icebox is very slow and usually people don't run duelists, so it's even slower. But Breeze is very open and it's a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see the team comps that come out today.
100% same.
Yeah, I want to see some good Viper action personally. I like a good Viper.
Oh, 100%. I mean, at Viper, Breeze is basically Viper's playground. So I'll definitely be excited to see a little bit of Viper plays or whatever they do with Viper. Yeah.
I think we'll be swapping to a game shortly. There we go. We'll get to see.
100%. Let's get the. Oh, I'm already seeing a Yoru hover.
Yeah, I don't know if they're joking because there's three of them, but four of them, 5 of them. If only we could have a whole
I think
squad.
they might be. But I mean, let's talk about the other team. Let's talk about Team Sheev for a second here. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Jet, standard pick on any map, really. Chamber, pretty much the exact same thing. Chamber is sort of, I'd go as far as to call him a duelist at this point. With the aggressive, angles you can take with the TPs and just kind of TP right out. He's very fun to play, and especially on maps like Breeze, where it's pretty open and you can just kind of do your thing and kind of get away scot-free with those TPs. It's really nice.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully we can get that Viper in there. Sage as well. I like Sage. I feel like she's not in every comp in the same way a Chamber is, but I definitely see her walls and slows being quite useful.
100%. I think she has her maps, Breeze being one of them. I obviously Viper is not really the best on on every map, but she's definitely a must-have on Breeze.
Yeah, if we get the KO, we'll have some different initiators there. They're going for 2 initiators on Team Blade, which is interesting.
Which I do like. It is always kind of fun to have 2 initiators.
Yeah, I think the information that you can get on both sites is always really helpful.
100%. Well, how do you feel about the Fade pick? Because I'm not gonna lie, I rarely see a Fade on Breeze.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how often I see. I think people do often more go for KO and Sova. I don't know if it's because of the range of the utility.
I think it might be the range, yeah.
Yeah, with the map being so open, what's the ability where it anchors to the ground and holds you in place? That one.
That is a good question. I usually call it the Fade Suck, but I think there's a more professional name for that. I think there's definitely a more professional name for that, but I do not remember it. But yeah, no, Fade's abilities are very nice, but I think personally, like I would go for a Silver or KO, just for the range alone.
Yeah, I would too. But 100%. I'll be interested to see what they can make out of it.
100%. Have you seen either of these teams play?
I have not.
Or are we both kind of okay? Oh, this is fun. We're both gonna be kind of first viewers of this.
Yeah, we don't know what they've got. We're just gonna see what kind of
100%.
plays they give us.
Yeah, and Breeze is a very nice opening kill from Toaster onto Danji. Breeze is, I think, one of those maps where it is pretty hard to cast if you're kind of newer, because there's many callouts and a lot of stuff is just happening. Like right now, there's so much happening. I mean, util is flying left and right.
Definitely. Swim to you. Just trying to. Oh, that's a nice shot there, making use of the vulnerability. that got dropped in. I do like that life molly. And
Oh my god.
nice headshot there.
That was a nice one tap. But it does leave
22.
pretty much both the teammates. Very tricky position. I mean, they're both low, and Tax, I love Tax, ends up getting both of them.
Okay.
I mean, that was a tricky spot for the Jet. Kind of, obviously, she still had a Sage teammate, but I don't think the Sage had a heal, which hindered a little bit. But there's also nothing much more that the Jet could have done. Got the first pick, got her two first picks, and kind of tried to go for a third one. Didn't work out, but it happens.
It definitely does. All right, looks like they're gonna try and peek a different site this time instead of going for the A approach again, or heading towards the B side. They've got
100%, yeah. I think a bit of a switch up is definitely needed. I mean, why not? I mean, try the site out. You're on a buy round. You might as well give it a go, you know.
Ooh, looks like Jet might get some contact there. Oh,
Jet's in a nice. Well, I was gonna say Jet is in a nice spot, but then she got picked by 3 people. So
that's some good info for the defenders, though. They know that at least 3 of the
100%.
attackers are there. Sova's already creeped up off of A. The defenders have just left A site alone now. I think they're probably sure that there's quite a few there in B main.
100%. Perhaps one of the defenders could play through mid, but I feel like that would be a bit risky. But I guess we'll see what happens. I think that the attacking team is, I would say, in quite a nice spot. I mean, obviously, I think, yeah, this is a save for them. So any sort of pick that they can get right now and any sort of util usage that they can get out of the defending team is good. Obviously, lower the economy as much as possible in the second round. So
it'll just be about playing together and trying to push the site together like they're doing. Viper's going to get one 100%. Shot and then go down. Oh, Jet's going to go down as well. They have the man advantage with the lower guns.
Spike planted.
I mean, very nice opening kill from Jet, and it's ending on a 2v2 right now. I mean, trade city left and right. It's so there are many trades going through, and I think the SO is gonna go for a drone here. Drone over the wall, see, kind of scout the area a little bit, just see what's happening. Which you know what, safe play. Let us KO kind of do the thing. He gave him the info, and KO closes out with a 2K, which very well played. The SOA went for a drone. Let the KO know. By the way, they're both backside. One is on top of the plant. You got this, you know.
Yeah, that was good coordination by them with the utility. I mean, you can't really hide from 2 initiators coming at you.
100%, and I think that's kind of the beauty of having 2 initiators as well. Those kind of plays where, you know, you're in a 2v2 and you have those 2 initiators with all that info. I mean, Solva darts, KO knives, the drone as we saw right there. It all ties in quite nicely, and it's just really nice to watch.
I'll be interested to see what we can get now that the attackers are able to buy up properly, full shields and vandals all around.
100%. I mean, the defense team is going for a bonus, I'm pretty sure. So anything that they can get this round is good. Obviously, it won't be the end of the world if they lose this, but anything they can get in this round is goes into their advantage. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're looking at a pretty, I would say, slow sort of default-ish push onto a site. We have obviously the chamber trip in lobby, and it's just kind of sitting there. Any flanks come through, they're always ready to rotate out, and you know, but I don't think that's gonna be the case.
Yeah, the attacking Jet has just taken some tube control there, which I think Chambers noted and is trying to peek at her from, while the team pushes on a nice little split there.
Very nice opening kill from his toaster. Actually, very nice 2 opening kills. Very important 2 kills as well, kind of getting rid of the util for the team, and it looks like he's in road for an ace.
Yeah, it was a fantastic first kill, because I think it took the Sova's attention right as the rest of the team pushed in and allowed them to just sweep the site.
100%, and not to talk about the fact that those 2 first kills were very important as well. Util wise, they kind of left the attack defenders with not a lot of util to work with, and you know, it worked out really well in their favor, because obviously having Sova especially out for that info gathering, it's really nice. Kind of, you can definitely take a site a lot easier than if he was there.
Absolutely. bit more of a default
See-
going on now, but mid is not being watched. So we've got the Chamber, this Viper, and the Sage there. It's creeping up mid. Sova gave it a look. But
Obviously, the Jets ult goes off as well. Blade Storm is online as well, so we'll see what she can do with that. But Swindy is contesting mid. His Toaster with a nice opening kill onto front dumpster. Denji.
it's gonna.
That's a nice kill on Bees as well.
Yeah, that was through a wall as well.
100%. It's looking pretty even right now, even with the mana advantage that they have. I think the Viper kind of equals it out. Obviously, they still have a Viper ult as well to play with. I don't think they would pop it this round, but it's looking pretty promising so far. Actually,
Yeah,
they
that-
popped it already. Excuse me.
Viper
I
is
did
gonna
not even
be.
notice. Yeah. I did not even notice. There's already popped on B. My bad. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
that Viper ult is going to be really difficult for them to peek through, and it just allows the defenders to move off of B site and leave Viper alone in the confidence that
Oh, what a shot.
I don't know if he heard them or if it was just a lucky guess, but
I think he may have just heard a little strafe there from the Viper Blade. Nice kill on this Toaster. Summer is in a tricky spot right now, kind of getting squished between two people, but she gets one of them. Is very, very low though. It's not looking good right now in a 1v3 with two people behind her and the Viper in her ult sitting. And ends up getting her. That was very well played by the defenders. Obviously, the Viper ult kind of enabling them to spread out, kind of create as much space as they can. And I think at the end of the round there, they ended up going through mid as well and kind of sandwiching the Sage, which, again, it worked out really well. And I think without the Viper ult, that wouldn't have been as possible, especially for the fact that the attackers planned on defaulting anyways.
yeah, and I think with that first pick on mid that went the way of the attackers, I would have wanted to see the attackers do a bit more with the control that they possibly could have got from that, but instead they were all clustered on mid and didn't really do anything with it. And now Denji, with his operator out, is going to eliminate the other chamber.
I mean, a very nice opening kill, especially on the fact that that chamber had his ult on. That Tour de Force was on. So anything that he did there, that would have been devastating.
Yeah, absolutely just eliminated the ult that got popped by Team Sheev on their not KO chamber.
Agreed. Abuse Brave kind of contesting the Sova in halls here. Olivier gets a nice 2k in mid.
And that
Kind
is
of
just
securing the B side.
that game is just this round has just turned around so fast. All of a sudden you've got the Viper taking 2 kills on mid, Fade eliminating the Sova in the hall, and now all of a sudden it's a 3v2. Do they know
And the
Viper's
the
there?
Viper
Yes, they're gonna
gets
check
popped
it.
as well.
Spike planted.
I don't
I
know
mean,
if Dumps
this
is
round
gonna...
is just it's everywhere. I mean, the Viper's ult is popped as well. So I mean, Viper's Pit is again one of those really just space creating ults that if you pop it on a site and you have multiple people in there against, you have that man advantage. It's not looking really well. So I'd definitely be saving if I was the KO. Save is pretty much on the
Yeah,
dot
he's
here.
gonna pick up that operator and just hide out in A main for a bit. And that should be the round confirmed for Team Sheev. That'll be 3-2. That was a very important round for Team Sheev because if they lost that one, they'd have had to eco again.
Another one, yeah. 100% a very important round. And I mean, they only used the Viper ult that round, which, they still have that Fate ult, they still have that Sage ult. And they still have that Chamber ult. So anything that they can do right now, I think this is the round where they kind of pick up the momentum and take over. Obviously that is if they can win this round, which I'm feeling fairly confident for Team Chiefs. I mean, they have, again, as I said, the Fade ult. Any sort of space creation with the Fade ult is going to be good. That tag is detrimental. I mean, once you're tagged, it's pretty much over. And it is right out and popped.
This pace is so much different to what we've seen before. Sova's able to deal with the 1 kill, but Sage is going to get the res off and they're going to storm the site. They've gone in at such a contrast to the other slow rounds we've seen.
100%. I mean, they're already on site. Spike is already down. We didn't even have the chance to talk about that. I mean,
No,
it's
happened.
yeah, I mean, they're just kind of hitting heads left and right now. Sheev is backside. I mean, everyone's kind of backside, sitting down, sitting ducks, so to say, and they're kind of waiting and seeing what they can do with the retake, the attacking team. I mean, what is happening right now? It's so much is happening. Team Blade ends up taking the defense round, so it is quite unfortunate because I just talked about the fact that the Team Sheep needed this round, especially for the kind of the economy level as well. But that was unfortunate.
Dumpster had some excellent kills there on retaking there that we saw. I think with all of the push that happened so fast, the defenders also rotated really fast and didn't really give the attackers much time to set up any sort of post plant there. You still had the chamber who could have possibly been playing with the op in B main. That he was backside with everybody else. I feel like everyone squashed together. Couldn't really defend that very well.
100%, and we did also hear the tour de force from the attacking chamber go off. So that is going to be a menace. Oh well. This Toaster gets hit by the Sova ult.
That was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, he just stood there. Oh, Fruit Dumpster in a nice spot. Almost gets two. Gets a very nice opening kill though.
Traded.
Important getting the Viper out there.
Dumpster has been hitting some nice shots.
He has. He really has. And I think they played this really beautifully, especially with Tour de Force being on from the attacking team. The kind of the op. I mean, you could call it kind of an op counter. They got the pick on Viper. They got the pick on Sage. And, I think the attacking team is definitely feeling a little bit less brave, so to say, to push that site. And it looks like they're going to also kind of get out of there. Just go for a rotate. They know 3 people are here, or they know at least 2 people are here. They're just going to get out of there.
Does Fade expect Viper here? I think they may have heard them, but
he definitely does.
Tax is still going to take their head off. And Viper and Chamber now 2v3. They're going to push the B site. They know where Viper was. She's going to check for it. She's going to take that.
That is very unfortunate for the Viper. She was in a good spot and unfortunately fully open to B site.
Jed did well to just double check that where they last saw Viper.
100%. Very nice check by the
Chamber's going to go in now. 2 Chambers left, both with ops of their own kind. One with their ult, one with the kind of op that you buy. Who's gonna get the first pick? It's gonna be Denji, but his Toaster's gonna respond.
But he just gets out of there. I mean, he gets him right out of there. Taps the spike once, kind of plays for a nice fake out, ends up hitting a couple of shots, but Toaster is gonna go for a shot and does end up missing it. Unfortunately, Swinty gets it right in time as well with 3 seconds left.
Well,
what a
played.
round!
Well played by Team Blade, I think, especially with that Swinty there on the end, clutching that one out against a long angle operator. That was really, really good.
100%. I think the attacking team is gonna go for a save here. Obviously, I'm not sure with the Sage buying, but I think the rest of the team is gonna go for an eco, which again. Obviously, Toaster used his ult last round. It would have been very nice if he had it this round, because I don't actually think he hit anyone with it last round. I may have just forgotten it, but I don't recall him hitting anyone, which is unfortunate because Tour de Force is one of those where it's essentially a free op when you get it. So, bit of a yikes. But it does not matter. I mean, we've seen what Toaster can do with snipers. He has that Marshall in his hand, and it's looking like a pretty slow A push from Team Sheep.
Jet with the knives out. Oh, Denji just misses the shot there. Jet's gonna keep her life and take out Dumpster with the knives there. Updrafting.
Oh no!
Getting up close to Denji, killing them as well. Great entry from Sheev, and now they've picked up the operator and gotten a 3K.
I mean, that was very nice play. It is kind of unfortunate that Chamber missed 3 shots on the Jet when he kind of had a chance to end the wrath of the Jet there. But It happens, you know, it happens.
It was a brilliant play.
Played
They
really
have
well played,
they
yeah.
have a sniper rifle, run in, jump up in the sky. They're never going to be able to catch you.
Yeah, I mean it worked. It worked quite well. The Jet dash. I don't think if Jet didn't dash there, I think Chamber would have had him, but I think that dash saved him quite nicely.
Potentially. And with the Fade there taking out the fourth member of Team Blade, there's no way that, well, it's unlikely that Viper is going to be able to clutch that one out, and they're going to choose to instead run off to B main and save their weapon for the next round.
100%. Not even going to peek out for an exit frag. It's not really worth it, you know, with 4 people kind of hurtling at you. I wouldn't either, to be fair. So
not with 4 of them.
Yeah, maybe if it was 1, but I wouldn't feel too confident in that situation. Looking like I would call it a half buy round from Team Blade. I mean, obviously they have enough to kind of buy for 1-2 people, but not really enough to kind of, you know, gamble the fact that, you know, if they full buy this round and lose it, they kind of have to go on another eco, and it's just not worth it. Might as well go for a save round.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they can do with that. All 3 of them there have clustered up and are going to push B main with a flash. Oh, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything much with the Fade. They're taking out 2 of them. Jet's just going to retreat, left alone. Prowlers and the whole of the team behind them. Oh, they're going to take out the Fade.
Gets a Phantom as well. That is huge. That is very huge.
Very good weapon upgrade.
Not a good spot. Not a good spot to be in, to be fair.
Not with the wall bangable box. But they're just going to be able to get out of there with 41 HP left to their name. Backup has arrived, and it's in the form of Denji, who has the Headhunter in hand and has taken out Sheev.
Looking pretty nicely so far for the attackers. I mean, they have
Blade with that Phantom that they picked
Blades
up is going to get another headshot. Tax is going to go down, but Denji's going to trade on the stage. The Viper's going to be able to take out Denji. Now we're left in a 1v1. Jet's going to push. They're both low, but Blade's going to win. That was a save
100%.
round.
That was indeed a save round, and I mean we've seen. I mean I'm not too surprised. I've seen what teams can do on save rounds, but to this kind of extent where they can even win the round, it's very nice. Obviously, or sorry, not win the round, but kind of wipe out the entire team and hurt the economy quite nicely. Obviously, Team Sheep still won that round with the spike, but very well played from Blade, especially after getting that Phantom and getting those other 4 picks. Very nice.
Yeah, I think perhaps the attackers... I think it's really unlucky that they wallbanged the box and nearly killed off the Jet by doing that, but unfortunately they managed to get away and obviously punished them as a result.
100%. And I mean, you know, with a map like this, I personally, the way they are playing it right now, where they kind of take it a bit slow, perhaps have a round where they just, you know, kind of rush into the site, take as many heads as they can. It's been working very nicely for them. Jet's in a... Just saw that on the minimap. Jet was in quite a tricky spot. Yeah, and it does look like Sheev is very, very low from the interaction of attacks.
Oh!
Abuse Brave getting a nice opening kill, trading it out as well. I mean, there's no words for what's happening right now.
Oh my gosh!
Brave is just popping off. It's a 1v5 for Denji. With 30 HP to his name, it is not looking too well. Having an op in his hands against pretty much 4 Vandals, it's not looking the best right now, and he misses a shot on the Fade. Oh no. That was an unfortunate round.
I don't know if the people watching noticed, but the Viper had lurked up into A main while most of the team had pushed up into mid. And the Viper pushed into A at the perfect time to take out somebody who was focused on a fight that was happening at doors. And then you had the Chamber who'd pushed up into B main on their own, finishing off the other Chamber. That was... I don't know what happened. I think the defenders, Team Blade, just gave them 1v1s and allowed themselves to get pushed up on from behind.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, we're looking at Tour de Force is activated by the defending team.
It's going to be...
That is big. That is big, especially on Cave. I mean, he can pretty much deny any sort of space creation other than, you know, when he doesn't have his sight, like right there. Obviously, the Viper walls up. And Sheev gets a nice kill in CT.
That's going to be dangerous for Denji since they're having to solo hold the site with the Tour de Force out right now. Doesn't know if they're going to peek from the bridge or the doors. They've got to be careful. Whiffs the shot, but does manage to TP out. Swinty's going to do some damage, though, taking out the Fade. We're even now at a 4v4.
Repeat that. Oh, that was a dangerous repeat there. Sheev ends up getting Blade. Swinty trades him right back out, though, leaving it a 3v3 situation. Obviously, 4-4 still on, and he shows us why it's on as well, taking out Summer right out of the game. The Viper might be playing for a little lineup, but obviously the Viper ult, Viper's Pit, goes right off, spraying through, but unfortunately isn't going to hit her yet, and it looks like Tax is going to... He just stuck that. I am baffled. That was unfortunate that they couldn't hit her, but
I mean,
well played.
Viper's Pit to defend, you're running out of time. Slight coverage from the pyramid, I don't know what you call it, pyramid, to defend you, and those bullets weren't going to hit the person defending at all.
Yeah, 100%, and it looks like Brave is preparing to kind of launch the Fade ult here. If he does, I mean, it is going to be definitely a interesting site save, as you know, Viper is kind of the only one on this site, and you know now they know that as well.
We saw a similar round before, which was the one that unfortunately ended up with Team Sheev losing the post plant. But the Viper utility this time stops them from fast entering the site, and the defending Sova's going to ult in response, try and catch them all as they're grouped up in A main. Tax is going to go down. That's the only defender on the site.
That is unfortunate. I mean, this site is pretty much theirs, but Fruit Dumpster is in a very nice spot. Ends up taking two to his name inside of Elbow. He also sees his Spike, which is now very unfortunate for Team Sheev, as Spike is on the defending side's team, and I mean, they pretty much have it. So he's going to drone out. Hope to get someone. Swinty gets Oliverius. It's a 1v2 and ends up going down to Fruit Dumpster. That was very, very well played by the defending team. They noticed they had Spike. They went for it, and they pretty much util dumped Elbow until, obviously, it was off and someone peeked out. They ended up getting two people, and it's just worked out really well for them.
Yeah, the defenders were able to capitalize off of Team Blade's mistakes there, having the Jet who was watching the flank with the Spike. The Spike should have really gone on site and down with the Viper's ult, and you know, as much as they can make mistakes, that was really good of Team Blade to capitalize off of that Sova utility for information and then swing together to play off of it.
100%, and I mean, again, you said it yourself, but the mistake of having the Spike on someone else that is not on site, I think it fully cost them the round as well, because if that Spike was down, and obviously the Viper ult is on as well, I think they could have easily won that.
Unfortunately, yeah, I think it could have gone a completely different way if the Spike hadn't have been on that the person at the back of the pack there.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but I mean, we have a whole new round ahead of us, and it's looking like a Team Sheev default. Two people in mid, Jet's kind of scouting out together with Viper, who's in, I mean, meeting up with Jet into Elbow. It's looking pretty well for them. Brave peeks right out, ends up getting a kill on Blade, a pretty important kill, as that's the duelist who knows. Brave gets traded right out, though. I mean, the Tax gets him. Toaster with a nice kill.
Nice two kills there.
What just happened? Sorry, I didn't even see the second one.
I think Toaster was right behind Summer as they peeked the door together.
I see. Yeah.
Looking
Genji is in a tricky spot. 55 HP in a 1v4.
No headhunter bullets left either.
Yeah. And we can kind of spray through double doors, and it's just not looking too good for him. She ends up taking the kill and winning them the round. It's so far, it is looking pretty even right now. I mean, 7-6. That is not even too bad. I mean, I've seen a couple of mistakes from Team Sheev that definitely could have won them at least 3 rounds, but so far, I mean, it is looking pretty close for both teams.
Yeah, and I mean, with Team Sheev winning that pistol round and having the better buy, it's likely that they will win this round and be able to equalize the game then.
I mean, it is looking again like they kind of switch out sites. Obviously, they tried the default last round, but with no ults being online this round, like for example, Fate's Nightfall, it was very, very useful in that situation where they kind of want to rush onto a site and you know where the people are. So far, they have no ults on right now. They have to just prioritize the fact that they have to win their 1v1s if they take them. I mean, right now, for example, Toaster ends up getting Blade. kind of white swung that to end up paying for it as well, which is unfortunate. Summer.
Meanwhile,
nice call on Swinty as well.
Sheev lurked all the way up through spawn.
Ooh.
It's gonna be able to kill the KO. Viper's coming round. Oh, trying to right click there, but Sheev is gonna kill them. Chamber at left with a Spectre. However, is gonna lose that. And Team Sheev are gonna claim the anti-eco.
I think that was a decent eco from Team Blade. Obviously, they got 2 people. So, again, anything you can get on eco is good. So, that was decent.
Yeah, definitely. I think 2 people killed is alright. If it gets to 3 or more, that's when you start to really do some damage.
100%. I mean, there's definitely enough to kind of shake up the economy a little bit. Not to the point where, you know, it's no return, but it's definitely enough to do something. Looking like a push.
Ooh.
Chamber going into hall, perhaps. That is walled off. So
Crossfire
far, that's the first time
there.
we've seen a wall there.
Yeah, and it's a crossfire from the Chamber and the Sage. I'm wondering if the drone is going to be able to spot it out. I don't think it did.
Noted that.
The Chamber
think
was...
he may have spotted it.
Possibly. The Chamber was just blocked off by the smoke. I don't know what's
I
over
think they're definitely not going to contest that. I mean, they might as well try mid. Maybe even feeling mid doors into A site.
They're leaving the Jet there, though. Jet left in A main, trying to see if they can get something.
Ooh, what a shot from Sheev.
Very nasty shot. Sheev was completely ready for that peek and is going to be able to get a better weapon as a result of that lovely headshot.
100%. And I mean, we're seeing pretty much the entire attacking team in mid, kind of testing the waters in mid, whatever they can do, whatever site they can get a pick on, and they can kind of play off of that and, you know, do whatever they can to kind of...
Crossfire on A.
That is really nice.
Was held for the entire round. And they're
Absolutely.
able to punish the Jet that pushes as a result. Unfortunately, Blade's dropping down on mid as well, and Tax is the only one left.
In a 1v4, which it is not looking too promising. Obviously, they are kind of split up right now. If you can get this pick on Viper, there's still some hope, but he has 10 seconds to his name right now. I mean, it is not looking too promising. And he's not going to clear the left side, and unfortunately, he goes down. That was unfortunate. I mean, they definitely could have played that a little bit better with I think if they played that faster, perhaps even going to B site through attacker spawn, that could have been played a little bit better. But obviously, they tried out mid, didn't work, but it happens.
I think Team Sheev had a really good grasp of what Team Blade were trying to accomplish there, leaving the defenders on A still to sort of hold mid and hold for an A push, and everybody sort of had a look towards mid and were able to work out where they were going.
100% agreed. And I mean, we're looking at a complete opposite from the last round. They're going to be this time, and again, they're taking it pretty slowly. Oh my god, that shot, whoever that was, they took a lot of health off of Fruit. He's on 1 HP with no healer. Oh, that is looking nasty. Oh, Sheep goes down to Denji.
Speaking of nasty, pretty good headhunter shot there.
100% against the Vandal. That definitely did something. And talk about another one. Get some nice kills on Viper as well.
Nice double peek from Team Blade there to
100%.
equalize the teams into a 3v3. Fade's left on... Oh! Fade is going to be able to catch Sova there. Left at the backside of B, unnoted.
I mean, they have the man advantage right now, Team Sheev, but I think with them kind of holding Spike, or not exactly holding it, but they're definitely, you know, they're keeping an eye on it through all angles, let's say. So it is looking quite good for Team Blade right now.
Good for Team Sheev. Team Blade, I mean, they were in opposite spawns just now. They won't be able to play off each other, but Blade doesn't need the teammate. They're just going to do it all on their own. Updrafting, but Sage is going to wipe them clean, and now Chamber with 13 seconds left.
10 seconds left.
A bit of a mishap for the teams there, but I mean, 1v2, no time, unfortunately. They definitely do not have time to go on a site and plant now, so either way, it looked pretty well for Team Blade.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, sorry. Team Sheep, what is up with you today?
Lovely shots, but it just comes too late. Unfortunately, the round goes to Team Sheep instead.
100%. Yeah, I've been definitely mixing up my my attackers and defenders, which is not the best, but
We all know
happens.
what you
It's
mean.
very-
Context
yeah.
clues.
I think everyone got it. Oh lord, 7-9. It is definitely looking a little less close than the last time we checked. I mean, obviously, Team Sheev has been on top of their game right now, with Sheev kind of carrying the team with 19 kills. He's been getting his frags. The entirety of the rest of the team has been kind of doing their job as well. So it's looking pretty well for Team Sheev.
We're looking at a different pace now. Fast up tube. That has worked before, but for the opposite team. So we'll see if Team Blade can pull out a similar strategy. Oh, and that pressure is going to allow Denji to get a kill on Toaster, who was holding at the back. Summer's going to trade Dumpster, though, who had pushed up mid with Jet. Blade will fall, too, to Summer's hand.
Denji with another kill on Sheev. I mean, that was Denji with a third kill on Summer.
Denji is reclaiming control of this round right now.
Denji, 2v2 for Team Blade and Sheev. They're pretty much chilling together. They can definitely get the plant down here with 40 seconds on the clock. Both of the defenders being on pretty much the opposite end of the map, or the site. It was looking very well. Denji gets a nice kill on Viper, and Swinty ends up taking it out with the 5th kill. I mean, that was very well played by Team Blade. They kind of they kind of played off of the fact that there was 2 people in sort of the hall side of CT, and after they got those 2 out of there, they pretty much flowed like water.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like how Swinty has been very, very good at trading for their teammates, I've noticed, or at least like peeking off of their teammates. They've gotten a lot of kills just by following up on what other people are doing. Really good teammates have at your side, I think.
100%. And obviously, we see the Sage wall going down again on A main. Toaster!
Oh, it's going to be the other Chamber's turn for a go at the Tour de Force.
One enemy remaining.
Absolutely.
And Summer!
It's definitely worth it. Summer with maybe a 4K. It's definitely looking like a 4K, never mind.
No, she's just going to steal that with the Blade Storm right there.
Either way, and it was a very nice round from Team Blade. I mean, they are definitely still in the game. Obviously, 8-10 is not really a score that is lost. I think you'll agree with me on that. I mean, obviously, there's still many rounds that they can play out here and win.
Just looking at the ults that we have available right now, we've got a Viper's Pit for Team Blade. If they can manage to push and secure a site, that one could really help seal the deal. And on the side of Team Sheev, we've got a Resurrection available. So we'll see when those get deployed. Oh, got an early face-off between Dumpster and Sheev there.
Not exactly not exactly what Team Sheev was looking for.
No, I don't think the Jet really expected them entirely around the corner.
100%, yeah. I think she definitely expected maybe one person, but definitely not 2 people kind of playing off of each other and getting the kill on her. But I mean, leaving KO pretty low on 5 HP. I think that's 5 HP. With no heals, it is not looking the best. Obviously, Sage uses that resurrection. You talked about it before. Summer is popping off in mid. Gets Winty and Denji.
I don't know if that was Summer baiting off of the res or trying to res and just happening to get a lot of kills off of it.
One enemy remaining.
But a lot just went down at those doors, and Summer's just going to carry on pushing now with 3 kills to their name. And Dumpster with only on 5 HP because of that bout that happened with Jet at the start of the round.
Maybe Nightfall goes out. The Prowler marks him as well, leaving him on even lower HP 1, and Summer ends up getting the 4K. That was really well played by Summer. I think you said it yourself. I don't know if that was supposed to be a bait or if she just kind of played off of it. But either way, it worked out very well. So whatever it was very nice.
Yeah, Summer is turning up. I don't think we'd really seen a lot of these multi-frag rounds that we have in a row now until we've really gotten to this half. I think Summer is just starting to arrive.
100%, and the score is getting into that kind of area where it is looking pretty tricky for Team Blade. I mean, 8-11. Again, it's not lost at all, but they definitely need to show up in this round, especially. I mean, with them not being able to buy next round anyways, or excuse me, not being able to buy this round, going for a save, I would be hoping that they definitely get at least 3 people on the save. Obviously, we've seen what they can do on saves anyways, but it's not looking good if they don't get this one at least.
No, just one hero rifle in the hands of Denji, the top fragger, by quite a long shot, actually. He's got significantly more kills than the rest of his team, their team, and hopefully they can do bits with that Vandal there.
100%. It is looking like in A push again. The real question is: are they going to take this slow, or are they just going to push Brain out? I mean, again, it all depends on the buy as well, because Denji gets rid of that Vandal as well. They're all playing the Sheriffs, so it is definitely, I'm going to guess, looking like a pretty slow push. Obviously, the Sova drone goes right out of there. Sage wall is on as well, but Summer is in a pretty nice spot. I mean, she's sitting next to that wall.
Yeah, a bit
Any
hidden
sort
there. They might check it just based off of where the defenders have already been playing, and
no.
Denji's going to go for that mid push alone, but Viper's going to take them down, and that Fade is just going to use a Prowler out on mid to see if there was a second person following the chamber up, but no, they were alone, and the defenders know that now.
100% Fruit Dumpster pushes that flash out and to get someone. Summer was with a Vandal, and she has backup as well. Toaster is right behind her, firing.
You can push as much as you want, but with pistols into Summer,
yeah, it's not really gonna work.
No.
It's not really looking the best either.
Not that
So
round.
I mean, obviously, 8-well. How? Okay, Embry, I have a question for specifically you here. Let's say you are the team coach here. How are you feeling?
For which
or the
team?
captain in general for team Blade, because I mean they were in the lead for pretty much the first half, and then they kind of went on a 4 losing streak and are about to be on another 4 if this round goes through for Team Sheep as well. So how would you be feeling as even one of the players?
Well, I'd be trying not to get worried about the score. Take it round by round. They do have a bye round this time, so there is something they can do with it, and it looks like they're going for a bit of a default, trying to play it slower, play for that information. Like we said, they do have 2 initiators. I really would be wanting to see them using that utility a little bit more. They don't even need it.
They do not need it at all.
Fade is just going to push down there, and the timing is going to be on the side of Team Blade.
Denji.
Oh, Blade's
an unfortunate crossfire with Denji, but Blade is right in there. I mean, he's contesting the Jets. His Toaster is in quite a nice spot. I mean, he has a health advantage at least. Fruit Dumpster gets another player. Fruit Dumpster as well. I think both Summer and Fruit Dumpster have been kind of showing up very nicely. Toaster goes down to Sweet Tea, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. They no longer have any mid control whatsoever, with the only player on B side as well being the Viper.
Yeah,
it's not looking too well.
No, the Jets coming up on a quick flank though, which might cause a bit of a problem. Nice shot from the Viper. And that flank's going to come in now.
Fully turned the game. I mean, they turned it around. I thought that was quite lost for Team Sheev, especially with only one player being on B site and someone kind of coming in from CT. It wasn't looking too promising for Team Sheev, but they pulled it through. Kind of ate the words right out of my mouth. Got me right out there.
Well, we should have expected it. Maybe we had seen some very good thrifty rounds and rounds where they had dropped the man advantage before. So maybe that's shame on us for not expecting Sheev to have pulled something out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it looked very well, and obviously, I think we're going to take a little bit of a break here before the next game. Going to give the players a little bit of time as well, and give us some time. So yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit.
See the life for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car.
All right, welcome everybody from the break. We are looking at the finals. I think it is Team Benny versus Team Steve, which, from what we've seen so far, Team Steve they definitely can do a lot. Obviously, it's people that have probably never played together, so it looked very entertaining. We'll see what they can do in the finals.
Yeah, and they're up against a team that we haven't seen yet, Team Benny, who have played Icebox and Icebox again throughout this tournament. So we don't know what the map is right now. It's a bit of a surprise. So we'll see if it's Icebox again.
Oh, we've gotten where the map is Breeze again, actually.
There we go. The map is Breeze again. So
we're getting a bit of a replay from the last round.
Yeah, Team Shiv are going to be quite practiced at that map now. So we'll see if they'll be able to use some of the same strats that we just saw to overcome a new foe.
I think Breeze being the map again is definitely going to be quite nice for Team Shiv. They obviously just played Breeze as well and won on it. So I feel like any sort of mistakes that they did on that map in the last match, I think they can definitely kind of transfer that onto this match and not do those again. Obviously, it is definitely conventional, whether the team that they're playing against does the same thing, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. Hypothetically, it might go the other way and you might not have the strats to be able to deal with this new team. Might have a completely different lineup and they might have to change everything around. But I think it definitely is an advantage doing the same map twice in a row. Get used to all the
100%.
angles. And yeah.
I think that's one of the problems for especially newer players in Valorant, kind of switching the maps. Obviously you just did one map and you're feeling very confident on it, if you did well, and then you kind of switch to a different map which has a kind of completely different outlook, maybe different angles, and it's just not looking the exact same, and it's kind of hard. So playing on the same map twice is definitely an advantage.
Yeah, well, like I said the first time, Breeze is like my favorite map, so I'm always down to see it again.
You can definitely tell. You definitely got very hyped when you saw it was Breeze again as well. So it's very, very nice. I guess we'll see.
We will, and I believe the winner of this tournament gets a lovely crate of Red Bull each, thanks to the partnership with Red Bull there. So there's a bit more on the line for this game.
100%. All right, let's take a look at the agent select here. Obviously, I'm not going to expect too much different from Team Shiv. Obviously, again, as we just said, they played this map in the last match, and they're pretty much hovering the exact same people for this one as well.
Yeah, and on the other side, looks like they're still hovering around trying to choose what they want to go for. It's looking similar if Summer picks Sage again, which they've just hovered. The only difference would be I'm trying to look across now. The difference in the initiator. Yeah.
It is looking like a mirror match, obviously, except the KO, which, again, a similar team is always fun because, again, similar abilities and kind of the counters to them as well. So it's just this match is definitely going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And we were saying about the Fade utility before, about how we were looking at that being played because we hadn't seen it a lot before. But I mean, Abuse definitely knows some lineups. I was seeing the Fade suck going into specific corners on the retakes. I saw that multiple times and I thought that was really good.
And 100%.
Prowlers as well. Checking angles and things. I might pick up Fade myself on Breeze now. We'll have to see how this game goes.
Ooh, okay. So your picks depend on this game. How interesting.
Perhaps.
I guess we'll see if you can do what these players can do.
Well, I might be lacking there a little bit. This tournament's for Diamond and Up, and I'm a bit lacking.
I'm sure we'll get that at some point. Not too far off.
Maybe that's all I need. Maybe I just need a little bit of Fade on Breeze and I'll be there.
Exactly. Fade, I think, is one of those agents that they're very fun once you get a hang of them. Like she definitely looks fun to watch, at least.
Yeah, and she's cool as well. Like,
yeah.
The heterochromia I always thought was really cool. Anyway,
Absolutely. We are seeing we're seeing a ghost from obviously on the team side of Team Benny. We're seeing a ghost from everyone, including the Chamber. I'm kind of surprised he's not going for the headhunters here. But you know,
Yeah, you'd think.
I guess to each their own, I guess.
Yeah, just it's not feeling like it. Maybe gotta walk on
Exactly.
the
You don't
ghost.
always have to be feeling like, you know, taking off heads.
I suppose if you
Just take it, so.
yeah. So we're geared up for a push. I don't know whether this is going to be fast or slow. It's like it's going to be more of a slower one. The Fade pushing up a bit ahead of everybody else while the Viper's lying in wait there. Viper Wall's going to go down by Team Sheev. That's going to signify to the defenders that they're going to be attacking, and indeed everybody has already rotated before they've even reached the site.
I think them playing on perhaps even a rotate right now, that's exactly what they're going to do as well. They kind of, they heard me on the casting desk. That's exactly what they're going to do as well. But I definitely think it's obviously expected, as Benny is in mid and he pretty much saw the entire team in mid, you know, he's coming to his team. By the way, you know, they're pushing on to B. Let's get some people on there. I don't think they're all going to fully rotate off, though. They're probably going to keep a couple players mid, but Brave gets a very nice kill on Chaotic. A very nice opener. Benny goes down as well. I mean, it is looking like a slaughterhouse right now for Team Benny. Never mind. Garfield takes nice kill on Abusive. I mean, it is pretty much just trade left and right, but Team Benny, obviously, they have... I was going to say that they don't have the man advantage, but... Sheev is just popping off. I mean, he is just doing his thing with getting a 4K as well. You know, having that sheriff in Sheev's hands, it definitely paid off.
Yeah, both Jets did really well there, but Sheev coming out just a little bit better with that sheriff. 4 kills with it. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive, especially, you know, against... I mean, I guess Chamber didn't have his headhunters. I was gonna say if Chamber had his headhunters, that would have been maybe even a different story, because I do remember he got a hit onto someone, but unfortunately it was a ghost hit, so it didn't do too much. But we're seeing pretty much the exact same thing as last round, kind of a slower-ish A push. The Fade Haunt goes out. Unfortunately, doesn't tag anyone.
The Sheev there is going to go quickly up down tube. That's a play we saw before that they liked, and is going to get a kill off of the back of it, with the rest of the team coming up to finish up another, and Chaotix left on 9 HP after fighting the Chamber there.
Absolutely, and I mean, the use of Brave is he's just getting a kill left and right. Last round as well, this round on the Marshall, leaving Team Benny in a 2v4 with Spike being planted. They have to go for a retake, and it's just not looking too good. Thermite in a 1v4 being left alone. Toaster gets a 3k and ends up getting Thermite out of the game. I think the Viper was actually playing for lineups, which would have gone you know, badly for Team Benny anyways, but
yeah, that was
played by a Team Sheev.
Not looking a very likely round with the guns and the health that was left on them by the end of that there. So well confirmed round by Team Sheev, and now we move into the next where Team Benny's able to fully buy up, Vandals all around, and full shield.
100%. I mean, we're seeing again a pretty... I would call it an even push so far. I mean, they have three people, I think. Yeah, 3 people on elbow, and you know, they're kind of pushing through. I mean, it's all around looking like a lot of a faster push than on A site. Sheev gets a very good kill on KO, and this kill pretty much enables them to even contest the site, as Jet is the only person on there.
They're not pushing off of it. They didn't push off that kill, and now the Viper has snuck all the way up and is gonna... Oh! I thought Benny had snuck up on them there. Someone's gonna take them out while Garfield is still holding the site down with only 28 HP left.
HP left. There you go.
Oh dear.
Ooh,
Consecutive
what a
syllables.
nice flank from Summer.
Yeah, lovely rotation
2v2.
through Summer. I don't think the Team Benny's Sage there really expected them to have rotated so quickly.
I don't think she did. And that kind of left Team Benny in a tricky position, as the Jet is quite low. And unfortunately, there is no Sage to heal him either, whereas the Fade has a Sage. If they can kind of peacock of each other here and one takes damage, they can pull those heals out and kind of pretend like nothing happened. But cannot say it's the same for Team Benny right now.
Remaining.
Oh,
Nice hit by
Garfield ends up
Summer
going down
and
as well. Summer
a
getting a
multi-frag
4K.
round. Yeah, 4 kills.
I mean, I feel like that was kind of a little bit of a throw on the side of Team Sheev. They had the KO down on B site. I definitely feel like they should have pushed a little bit more aggressively off of that kill, as Jet was the only person left on the site, and they kind of peeked her one by one, which again doesn't really pay off if you can't win your 1v1s. So KO not being on the site with Jet having 0 abilities on, that could have went really well for them.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a bit more utility there. They don't have any flash utility, but like they had a Viper smoke down, so they could have thrown the smoke up and push the site
100%.
together rather than those 1v1s.
Obviously,
Anyway,
Resurrection comes through.
One enemy
Resurrection comes
remaining.
through, but it does not matter whatsoever. Garfield has his knives out, and he ends up getting the last 2 people with Team Sheev winning a Thrifty. Or excuse me, Team Benny winning a Thrifty.
yeah, I'm not
I mean-
even sure what happened there. I don't think we...
I don't know either.
Did we witness
I
that?
remember Chaotic got 2 very nice kills with the Marshall on Cave, so that was a very nice opener, especially kind of getting the 2 utility-heavy agents out of the game at the start. I think it definitely helped them with that.
just swarm together, I guess. If you don't have a good buy, just pack up
guess
and
so.
off you go. Safety in
Yeah, I guess
numbers.
so.
It works. Speaking of safety in
100%.
numbers, the Team Sheev are all going to be clustered up there in B main, trying to see if they can get a pick again in the same way we did before, while Fade have started to split off and try and see if they can do any damage up on mid. There are 2 defenders, Sage and Chamber, up by Nest there, and she might make some contact here with the Viper and is going to take them out. See what the team does on the
100%.
back of that.
Team Benny is they're in a tricky spot right now. They're kind of surrounded. With the attackers kind of come flooding in from pretty much every side. It is not looking too good for Team Benny with the Jet going down to Abusive Brave. Thermite, however, gets Sheev.
That's
It is
That's the 4th member of Team Benny that's gone down at the hands of Team Sheev's Fade. They got that first pick on the Viper, pushed up mid, and just isolated every single 1v1 and just wiped out the
and ace goes through
entirety
as well.
of the team.
Absolutely insane. I don't think there's much more to say to that. Fade, Abusive Brave, he just did his thing, and I think his team also let him do his thing. They saw he was popping off. They didn't stop him. He just kind of did him. So
Gotta let your teammate ace.
Exactly, absolutely.
Gotta let them do that thing.
And that put Team Sheev in a pretty nice lead. Obviously, they were winning before, but a 1-4 lead is kind of the area where you're starting to very much catch that momentum. And if you're Team Benny, and if you don't get that momentum back, especially with economy, it is not looking too good. They're definitely looking pretty grim right now.
Benny seems to have a buy for this one, but I doubt if they lose, they'll be able to rebuy again. So this one's really necessary. Fade's gonna appear through the wall there, gun first, and let Benny clean them off. 4v4.
Still so much utility on the desk though. It is 3v4, but they still have a lot of utility, and Benny ends up getting 1, sprays through the smoke. Thermite from the back helps him out, gets Sheev with him. A 2v2, a Toaster takes down Godfather. Benny is on a 3k, ends up diffing the other Viper. And sprayed through that smoke, but Thermite gets a very nice 1-tap on Toaster, ends up securing the round for Team Benny, kind of taking the words out of my mouth when I said that they needed this round.
Benny played around with those with that Viper utility really well just then. I'm not even sure if it was their own or if it was the opposing Viper's
I think
utility.
it was the opposing.
But they used both Team Sheep's Viper and their own Viper's utility really well. Was it the Fade's best idea to push through that smoke, though? That's debatable, but it's a good punish on the side of Benny and a good round by, that defending team.
100%. I mean, especially with the fact that they, they still had all of their util online. So, even Benny going down there, I think they easily could have won that. Thermite again. He had his TP down. He was ready to, get right out of there if anything went wrong. So, overall, very well played, but chaotic.
Chaotic tried that angle in
What a
another
nice
round, but
spot.
nobody pushed it. So
Yeah, and I
they
think
weren't
obviously
expecting
since
it.
no one was there, no one expected that, and they just kind of went for it. That was very nice.
Very
And I mean,
cheeky
the mid
first kill.
control is still there. That kind of secured them as well.
Looks like Fade's looking to try and take that mid control off of them. Having a bit of a fight there while Toaster's trying to come in and help. Chamber's going to be pushing up too. Abuser's going to punish them.
It's very unfortunate. Obviously, Toaster is, he is in a very, very, very aggressive spot right now. He's kind of open to all angles. But he knows someone hit the trap. Someone, he knows someone is an elbow. I think he's definitely going to play off of that, perhaps even watch CT unexpected. But he is, unfortunately, the last one alive, which isn't looking too well. But he ends up taking down Chaotic. In mid, he ends up taking down Benny as well.
As we were talking,
it was looking quite well for him.
all of Team Sheev just got eliminated on A site as they tried to get the spike down by the KO and the Jet, and they're still there together, the only ones left. Hopefully be able to pull off the
100%.
same teamwork there, and they do so, taking Toaster down with a well-timed peek.
And that's exactly what they do. I mean, you said it yourself. They, got the 4 people on A site, and they stuck to it. Realistically, you could split up there, and you could send your KO or Chamber to B sites, to watch it. But I would play numbers there, and that's exactly what they did. They played it really well as well.
And the game sense by the defending KO to stay in A cave or towards A cave through the whole round allowed them to punish Team Sheev as they went for the plant, which was good. Who's popped the Tour de Force?
So many ults is going off. Both the Tour de Forces, and obviously Blade Storm is active as well. It's ult after ult. Obviously, Team Benny has pretty much all of their ults. The Sage Resurrect is big as well, but Toaster, it's a very, very nice kill in mid, a very nice opener, especially if it's KO. Chaotic claps right back, though.
Yeah, right back to not equalize, but at least try and pull something back. But this round is slipping away as Thermite gets a very nice shot there in Tube. Them and the Jet were having a bit of a party down there throughout the entirety of this round. So
yeah, 100%. And I mean, obviously the Sage and Viper, actually, excuse me, just the Viper, could obviously push onto the site, but Thermite is he's holding main with Tour de Force, and it's not much he could have done there. I mean, there's only so much you can do to counter Tour de Force.
Without any utility there, they're just sort of peeking dry. You're just betting on the opposing chamber not being able to shoot you, and unfortunately for them, that wasn't the case, and Thermite's gonna clean up that round with a 3K.
Which, I obviously the Sage and Viper could have played that a little bit better, but it is what it is. It happened, and obviously Team Benny equalized kind of the scoreboard, making it a 4v4. Chaotic is going to go for that same wall he did last round as well.
But not sit on it this
time. See how that
time.
works. Yeah, that's
Another
a big difference.
fight.
Thermite. Oh lord, I mean, what is happening? So much damage. Yeah.
Oh! Sheev just leaping over the wall there, but is going to get punished by Chaotic. Perhaps Team Sheev are on a half by there. I saw a Sheriff and a Marshal.
They are definitely on a half by Chaotic. I mean, I don't even think we can say anything on this. Chaotic is just popping off. He's on a 3K so far. Yeah. Summer, however.
Can someone do anything with the Marshal?
It's right on Benny. With a nice drop down and a headshot right on the dome.
It was a very
finishing
nice
it
headshot.
off. Yeah. I mean, that was, again, you said it, that was a half buy for Team Sheev. So, anything that they could get is good.
I like
that are sort of the rounds.
I like that Sheev tried to do something with it, updrafting over the wall once they got the information on where the Sage was, trying to do something crazy to pull off a kill. Sometimes you have to pull out the stops and do what you can, but wasn't anything. They can buy now though, And looks like they're going to go
100%.
fairly fast up mid, the Chamber and the Fade, while there's a Benny sneaking past the Viper here in Cave. They're taking the orb. I don't think they know.
Ooh, the timing on that.
Oh,
He
Benny's
ends
going to
up
punish
getting
them.
him as well. I mean, the timing on that was almost immaculate. Chaotic is
enemy
popping off in
remaining.
mid, though, ends up getting
Spike
traded
down
out by
mid.
Toast or by Summer. But I mean, got 2 kills and Abuse Brave. Good spot for him. Ends up getting another one. Benny goes down to him as well. 2 very nice headshots, leaving him on 70 HP, though. With
Brilliant.
Spike being in mid as well, it is not looking too good.
No, and it looks like the Chamber is fairly aware of where the Fade might be. And it's going to
Yeah.
wipe them out there. But nice attempt by Abuse. We've seen some good plays by them before. I mean, they got that ace, didn't they, this game so far. So I had hopes, but not this time.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think they did, the best they could for what they had. Obviously, they were kind of alone with the entirety of their team being dead, so it was a fair try. However, we are seeing a sort of, I guess, change up on what they were gonna do. Chamber trip goes down. Oh, never mind. Picks it right back out. Guessing this is gonna be a B push. I thought actually at the start it was going to be an A push, but they moved right out of there. Garfield is in a nice, I was going to say nice spot with, he had his dash on, but got taken out. It's unfortunate because that kind of gave them the sight. Chaotic is going to try to do something here, get a couple heads out of there, ends up getting abused, but traded right back out by Sheev.
Spike planted.
Yeah, I like the way that the attackers just swarmed in there. We're able to overpower Garfield, the jet that was posted up top. And now that they have control of the site, that Viper pit can go down. And it's going to be a pretty tricky retake for the defenders, who are not only at a man disadvantage, though they do have some ults of their own. Are they going to be effective, though? I don't know. We'll see what they can do. Benny's going to come in with a headshot.
I mean, Viper's pit is on right now. Benny ends up getting someone traded right back out, though. But I mean, the Viper ult is down as well. Godfather in a 1v1 ends up going down to Summer. That was unfortunate. The timing of that peeked him right as he was pulling his knife out through it. Unfortunately, couldn't get his gun out in time. But very nice try from Godfather.
Yeah, the way that they moved in to punish the Viper as soon as they heard that they were reloading was really good. And then they got that flick on the Jet's head as well as soon as the Viper pit dropped. I was worried whether they were going to be sort of exposed in the open once that pit dropped, but they managed to get the kill. Unfortunately, didn't finish it off. But yeah, good try, good try.
100% worked quite well for the opposing team, which you love to see it. You know, obviously Benny is. I mean, that's a really good spot for the ult. Ends up taking quite a lot of damage, though. Not really the best, but the medic Sage is in mid, ready for that heal.
Benny's in good hands at the will of their Sage.
Obviously, with the Viper's pit being online, I would not contest that. Definitely have, they're having 2 players kind of scouted out, perhaps even go through. But the Fade ult. Fade's Nightfall is going to go out on B site with Chaotic being alone. Unfortunately, it does not get anyone. Garfield goes down as well to Brave.
Yeah, again, they're just going to swarm in and take control. Benny has been lurking at A this whole time.
Oh no!
Oh
no! That was a bit sad. Unfortunate for Benny. Neither of them could hit each other, which. It happens. It is a long game.
It happens. 6-6 though. At the end of this first half, quite even.
Obviously, we saw them kind of. We saw Team Benny losing. I think it was 4-1 to Team Sheev. Can't recall correctly, but they were definitely losing some of scores, which they've came back on that. I mean, 6-6 is a very nice number to end on. Especially, in side switches, you never know what the other team is going to do. And, if you kind of warmed up to the other team's play styles, you can definitely kind of expect a little bit, of how they're going to play this. Like, maybe if they're going to be a bit more aggressive or if they're going to, passively push this. Obviously, with the team comps being the exact same, I would definitely be playing on, what would I do, But we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and we did see some very nice defender strats from Team Sheev. I don't recall what the score was at half time, but such as this crossfire with the wall we saw earlier, and they're going to play off it again.
Ooh.
Not able to do the same amount of damage that they did last time. And in fact, are going to end up at a man disadvantage there.
Spike planted.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have the man advantage, but Sheev gets rid of that pretty fast. Again, the Sheriff in his hands is a dangerous weapon. We've seen what does with the Sheriff, and, you know, he's showing us again. 2v2, though.
Last
It's
player
looking pretty
standing.
even so far. Abuse Brave gets a very nice kill on Thermite, and Sheev closes it out on Chaotic.
As you were
Getting the
saying,
defuse as well.
Sheriff in the hands of Sheev. I would not
Yeah.
want to be on the other end of that.
Absolutely not. It's kind of, I think so far, the feeling I'm getting from Sheev's Sheriff is kind of tour de force on Chamber, if you get what I'm saying. You're always kind of scared to peek that, or, you know, kind of an op, you know? It's very,
Absolutely.
very accurate with it. He's very nice.
And that's Team Sheev winning both pistol rounds now. Last half, they were able to convert the second and win the third round. If we can see that again, that will be monumental with them winning that third round. But yeah, we got the second one first, so we'll see if they can win this anti-eco.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely shown us that they are capable of doing so. We're seeing Thermite, you know, as the Chamber kind of lurk in mid, try to get any picks, any opener picks even, if possible. But the rest of their team kind of sticking onto elbow and main of B side, trying to get anything, you know, any sort of foothold that they can get onto. Godfather going quite low. Viper gets a very nice kill on Chaotic.
Yeah,
Sheev as well on Thermite. I mean, it's just happening in mid. Sheev with a Benny kill as well.
Yeah, two
He's
of
not
them in a
looking
row
too
with
well.
a headshot. Sorry?
Yeah, it's not looking too well for Team Benny. I mean, they are, you know, 3 players down against 5.
No, I mean, it's going to be
it's gonna be a
unlikely
hard
that they
play.
win this round, but they could at least take out one of the
That's
Defenders-
exactly what they do as well.
right on time. Thank you. Thank you, Garfield. Right on time.
Get that Spectre and get right out of there. Perhaps even get another one.
We'll have to
Garfield
see.
is definitely feeling it right now.
They had some nice tries with the knives earlier. I think they're quite confident on the jet roll, updrafting with them, trying to
30
take off
seconds
people's
left.
domes.
Last player
Oh
standing.
yeah, 100%. I mean, well,
You can't get past
He showed
Toaster
us.
with his
Yeah.
sniper. And is KO going to expect the Sage there? Looks like he might.
yeah.
But Summer's ready as well.
Cleared it, but Summer, I mean, she was more ready. Wow.
I like
Not much
the
to say about that. They played that. Yep. Excuse me.
yeah, no, I like the
Go
way
right
the
for it.
defenders played that. Lots and lots of stalling utility in B main to keep the defenders there for as long as possible. Yes, they're only on a lesser buy in terms of the guns, but you want to give them the respect. You don't want to let them all push in. So all that
Exactly.
utility gave them lots of time for the defenders to be able to set up on mid and capitalize off the people pushing.
100%. And I mean, we're seeing again, they keep doing this kind of switch thing where they go B, go A, go B, perhaps even mid, and then they kind of keep doing this back and forth, which it's been working out quite well for them. And the Toaster obviously goes down to Godfather. Pretty important kill, as you know, that leaves Summer kind of alone on site with her team coming close by, but it does not matter too much as they end up getting Team Sheev.
Team Sheep doing some decent damage though, taking out 2 of those Vandal
yeah.
wielding Team Bennies. It's going to be some
100%.
economy damage. I mean, Garfield there is only left with 2,000. No, okay, my mistake. I thought they weren't
Yeah, I
able to
mean,
buy.
and you know, a score like 7-8, it is, you know, still incredibly close. You know, this round can, you know, go to anyone, but I think Team Benny definitely needs this one, especially if they want to kind of close this out. Because again, you know, we talked about this before. The momentum you can get from one round can, you know, make the entire game, and you don't really want to give the enemy team sort of, you know, not a single inch of movement, because again, that can lose you the entirety of the game.
No, you don't. If I was Team Sheev, I'd be saying that, you know, that's okay, that Team Benny won that one, and let's just keep the momentum going and not be too worried
Yeah.
about
100%.
the enemy winning a round.
It's looking like a pretty decent default. Obviously, 2 people in mid, Viper and Chamber. You know, Viper right here. Excuse me, not Viper. I guess it's gonna be Fade that takes out Godfather. Traded. Right
Sage has got to watch out
Oh my
because,
god.
yeah, Sheev had pushed all the way up really fast through tube there and was holding a very deep angle towards the attacker spawn.
Oh,
Nice shot from
Chaotic
Chaotic.
clears pretty much all of A. Yeah, that is now their site. I mean, you know, with the enemy team kind of coming in close by through CT, it's definitely looking like a team Benny angle.
Garfield's holding a very interesting angle here. I don't think someone's going to be able to check this.
Ooh.
No, but
Player standing.
Knows where he is as well. It is looking.
Ooh.
Never mind. Takes it right out of me. I mean, 16 HP and a 3k clutch. I mean, that is just phenomenal from Team Chief.
Olivia is with some beautiful shots to clutch out that round for Team Sheev there. Garfield had a complete off angle that you don't expect, but just wasn't able to catch the Viper as they disappeared behind the box there. And then the Viper was able to isolate the Sage and then finish off the Jet. That was really well played by them.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, obviously that win, again, as I just said before the round started, the momentum, you know, you said it yourself, I think. You wouldn't be beating yourself up too much if you're Team Chief about the round lost before. And I think that's exactly what they're, you know, not doing. You know, they're just chilling. They're doing their thing, and they're moving with the same pace as they were before. And that's kind of what allows them to get these rounds as well. You know, just the composure and, you know, the calmness of, you know what, we can do this. This is very doable.
Yeah, and the Fade there sending out 2 Prowlers on mid just to check for information. They're not going to catch anything. And they're just going to stay posted up on mid there while the team rotates to be, again, doing more of the backwards and forwards, like you were saying, right into the hands of Sheev, but they're not able to capitalize off anything, walking into too many of them. Viper's Pit is going to come down to try and claim some site control and allow the defenders to rotate over.
Rotate right out of there. That was a very fast rotate. I don't think I've ever seen one
Fake.
this fast. Brave!
Oh!
Little bit of a whiff there, but ends up getting Garfield in the end. 7 bullets left in his Vandal. Would not be repeating this too much if it was me, but ends up getting Chaotic with backup from Toaster. Gets Garfield as well. Brave on a 3k, Thermite being the third. They have the spike. They see the spike. Definitely playing off of this. A little bit of a spray going through as Brave gets blinded, but Godfather ends up getting him. A 1v2.
And the Viper was wrapping around there, so even if the KO had gone down, I think the Viper was ready to trade. So
100%.
Really well played by Team Sheev to have the Chamber come out as backup and the Fade not peak until their teammates were there. And then they were nearly able to take them out, but just good, better shooting by Team Benny, I think, on that one. And now,
100%. And I think with the backup being Tour de Force, it also kind of allowed them to get 2 kills instead of 1. Obviously, you know, if it was maybe a Vandal and it was a little bit longer range, I think it was it could have been, you know, a separate kill, which they played that really well. Obviously, Godfather.
Time swing by Team Benny there, Viper and KO at the same time to make sure that they were going to be able to take out Oliverius. Oliverius.
I've been calling them Viper because I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling with some of the names, but
I could do Garfield and Benny.
Yeah, it's very easy names, I have to say. And then we have Oliverius, which at first glance it's kind of intimidating, but we are seeing a push with Chamber being again in mid, doing what a Chamber is doing.
A very similar round.
Whatever they can get. Godfather, a nice opening kill in Summer. They also know from that Fate Haunt that someone is in mid. And I think the Viper is definitely going to play off of that. I mean, she knows someone's there.
They're looking, trying to get some damage with that classic.
Oh,
and they're going to get Garfield. Snakebite down, doesn't catch Thermite. They're looking at the ground when Oliverius peaks, but Thermite will still win that one out. Spike is going down. Abuse is left with just a Marshall, and there's going to be an easy cleanup for Benny there.
Yeah, Benny took a very aggressive angle there. Obviously, he knew that the Fate had a Marshall, and capitalized off of that. After the first shot was missed, it was pretty much a pretty much game over for the Fade, which is unfortunate.
It is, but that was some good damage. 2 players out of 5 eliminated there for the half buy that they had bought. So now they're able to full buy up, and we're going to see a bit more of an even match. Olivia is the only
100%.
one.
I mean, it is already looking, again, they climbed up from 7-9 to 9-9. So, you know, they're definitely getting the pace back up again, you know. I don't think they're feeling, you know, too demotivated even after a round loss. Godfather had a very nice shot
Chambers
onto the chamber here, but unfortunately missed it by a
very
centimeter.
interesting angle up there. Oh, the Jet tried to go up, and because the Jet got blocked, they knew there was someone up there. Very interesting
nice spot, but didn't end up working too well.
No, I was looking forward to the
out.
chamber, trying to be able to pull off something interesting there.
Ooh, very
Lovely
nice wallbang from
shot.
Fuse.
And another lovely shot back by Garfield onto the rival Jet. Gun not out, not really ready to take this fight with Olivieris, and is going to die for it, but Chaotic's going to trade there, coming in to help and equalizing.
It is looking very, again, you know, very, very close, you know, with the 2v2s. I mean, we're seeing them, you know, every round pretty much. These rounds are just neck to neck. I mean, you know, with A side being quite free right now, I think they're definitely going to get the plant down. And, you know, Sage Wall goes down as well. The retake on this might be a bit harder, especially, you know, with one of the people being Chamber, those TPs.
Yes.
Take an angle, get right out of there as well.
We'll have to see what they can do. Already wasted some time rotating over from B because they had expected, I think, more of a B hit. More posted up on B side, but that's okay. They're here now, and Abuse is going to take the dome off of Chaotic while some Sage Utility comes in, and another one. Abuse is on fire!
He pretty much heard me. Yeah, he heard me, and he was like, what are you talking about? He pretty much just cleaned up the entirety of the site and cave in just one go. Chamber or no chamber. That's just, yeah, that worked really well for him.
Brilliant round, and Summer's going to have the resurrection now. I don't recall if they had it before. I don't think they did, so thanks to the kills there, they've reclaimed, or the defuse, they've reclaimed some ult orbs to go towards that res. That's going to be useful. Tour de Force as well for Sheev, and then 3 ults on the side of Benny, including a Viper's Pit, which
obviously the null command ult as well from KO. It is very important, especially, you know, on a map like Breeze where you kind of, you know, site control and, you know, space creation is pretty much everything. Having that, and it's gonna go off immediately as well, just as we talked about it. I mean, that space creation from that ult alone, you know, with no abilities being used. Olivieris gets a nice kill on Garfield, but it does not matter as trades are happening left and right. I mean, sprays through the Viper wall are happening.
Yeah, with all of them just bottlenecked into the opening there, sort of tripped up, I think, by the person that was holding with the judge. Sheev was able to just spray through the wall as they'd all clustered up, and unfortunately, take out and damage a lot of them. Yeah,
I mean, that was quite unfortunate the way they all kind of peaked, again, one by one. But, you know, it happens. I think, you know, with the score, again, being this close, I think everyone's nerves are kind of I think everyone's kind of nervous, you know? I definitely would be. You know, if the game is this close, you know, it's going to probably last a little bit longer as well. My nerves would definitely be working.
Yeah.
We're seeing
the spike is solo going towards B there, with both Vipers about to peek each other. Hopefully that doesn't go down, otherwise it's going to be a bit tricky for the rest of them. Okay, Benny's going to get that, so the round is not over. Garfield's going to get shot by a bit of a crossfire from the Sage of the Chamber. They really do like holding this A side together. The fake is still happening. However, Sage on Team Benny is starting to rotate back now. The spike's gone down. Fade is aware of it, and it's coming through main.
Ooh, Viper's pick goes right out, though. I think that was a very nice play by the Viper, especially, you know, after knowing, oh, okay, a lot of my team is not here yet. I might as well, you know, pop the ult and, you know, kind of wait for them in a safer spot than, you know, just kind of dry peeking everything.
Definitely the best course of action. And
doesn't matter, though.
Unfortunately,
does not matter.
The team
Sheev just took that.
Yeah, Sheev took out most of those attackers before they could even get to the site to help the Viper. They all just got wiped out on their way over, especially since the Fade had pushed up, down, mid, and then round, and so was sort of blocking their route towards B, and I think was quite instrumental there in taking out Team Benny as they rotated over.
Yeah, no, and I mean, again, you know, I said it before this game as well. 9-12, again, you know, every round counts in these things. 9-12 is kind of the score where you don't really have the space to save either. You know, if you don't have enough money, you just don't. You know, you have to buy.
And this is going to be,
you know, a couple teammates save a Toaster. Nice opening kill on Godfather.
4 ults
Fade
available
ults.
for Team Sheev, and they have
their
just
ults are just everywhere.
used 2
Fade
of them
ult
straight
as
off the
well.
back to try to confirm the round.
Ooh, very nice shot from Garfield.
Very nice, but Summer's going to go in immediately with the res. Chaotic's going to punish that, and Summer with it.
I mean, it is just trades left and right with, you know, ults as well left and right. Obviously, there's still a Viper ult on, but Chaotic is on his 3k. Gets Sheev right out of CT as well. Let's take the attack spawn.
Pull back away
Chamber.
from the site that's being restricted by the Viper pit. Why wouldn't you? Head back to A. Do they expect the Fade? Yes, they do, but neither of them take out the other. Abuse is going to get Chaotic, but they're all going to be cleaned up on
It is
mid
still
and on
not
site.
lost for Team Benny. They are still definitely in the game, and you know, what I noticed as well is 2 people half fought there. I think it was Garfield and Benny. I could be wrong, but I think it was either one of them. They half bought, you know, with the rest of their team full buying. I think that worked out very nicely because, you know, obviously they played off the kills that the rest of the team got, and you know they got the weapons off the floor, so that played out very well. You know, kind of saved a lot of the economy as well as they, you know, they can buy next round as well if they win this one. So it's looking pretty promising for Team Benny, but you know, I mean, Team Sheev, they need 1 round.
I mean, it was the absolute Chaotic was a force of nature that round. They're the only reason they ran that round. And Sheev is looking to do the same thing with a very nice kill on mid. However, he's about to walk into 3 of them. They're just going to back off there, smoke it, take a different angle.
Gets right out of there. I mean, he is holding a pretty nice angle. Obviously, I don't think they know the Fade is there, but they saw her. But Abusive gets a very nice 1-tap on Godfather and Garfield. Sees another person in Hall, ends up going down, unfortunately. But I mean, the Jet is still there, holding an angle. Thermite with a very nice flank through Halls.
Lovely
That
flank.
was very nice.
Yeah, lovely flank. And with that, they've got free access to B site now, which they're going to use, leaving the defenders all on A. Viper's going to start to rotate over, suspicious perhaps of what's going on, and they're going to hear the spike come down. And with that, the defenders are going to start to rotate.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it's looking pretty good right now for Team Sheev as well. I mean, they all they need to do really is just get on there and take care of everything. And they're, you know, it's easier said than done, obviously, but they do have the man advantages. Obviously, Sage has her resurrection on. Has not used it yet though. I feel like this would definitely be a round I'd use it on, especially with the score being this close.
Oh, they've been the
Thermite
shining
goes down
glory
as
last
well.
round. Oh, they're going to save.
She, I mean, 4K, a Sage 1v1 gets to tap, looking at perhaps a fake. Chaotic ends up wall banging Summer, and that is a win for Team Benny. Again, they're very much closing this out. This could very well go into OT if Team Sheev doesn't close it out this round.
2 rounds in a row, Chaotic's gunplay has saved Team Benny from being out of this finals. And they owe a lot to Chaotic right now, especially with that 4-man, but 3 kills at the end there to close that out. Isolating those 1v1s really well. Possibly in part to that Sage wall that they put down at the start of the round, blocking off the defenders from being able to trade each other.
Yeah, Toaster in quite a nice spot. Bit of a chamber peek off going off here. Toaster and Thermite are in 2 nice spots.
Who's going to be victorious when the wall falls? Oh, no need to wait.
Like Toaster is definitely going to get 1 person at least. Not going to be the enemy chamber, but he ends up getting the KO right out of there. Viper goes out as well, leaving Team Benny in a 3v4. Obviously, It's gonna change into 3v5. Excuse me. It's gonna change into a 4v. 4v.
Lovely
There we
flick
go.
down from
3v4.
Thermite there onto Sheev to take them out, bringing this one a little bit closer. Towards overtime.
Yeah,
They need this
definitely.
round.
100%. Overtime is definitely what they're should be going for, at least here, if they want to win. With the resets as well. Obviously, they get to play on the different side of the map. With the kind of the switch. Definitely resets the mental a little bit. Knowing you're not out yet.
Viper's got no utility here to hold
30
them.
seconds
At least no mollies anyway. Just going to put that smoke up, and they're going to Sage Wall and Jet Smoke their way in. All spotted, but not killed. Spike's going to get baited.
Oh.
Chaotic again with a kill, and Thermite with a headshot on Abuse with the Tour de Force.
One enemy remaining.
Lovely headshot over the top of the wall, and it's going to finish them off.
I mean, he is taking heads left and right. Tour de Force again, showing why he is using, or excuse me, Thermite again showing why he is using Chamber. That Tour de Force. I mean, it is a force. it is definitely a force.
A big fiery force Thermite is. I mean, that headshot over the wall was so calm and collected. I could never.
No, yeah, me neither. I would definitely be panicking, especially if the stakes of us losing the round are on it.
These last 3 rounds.
Very well played.
Yeah. The gods willed that we would have an overtime, and here we are now.
Absolutely. 12-12 with the side switch as well. Team Benny back on defense, where they did quite well. They had a couple comebacks as well. KO knives into cave. Benny is taking he took a very aggressive peek there. Not knowing if there's multiple people or one person there. It's very dangerous. Godfather ends up getting him right in mid though.
They're too focused on cave to notice Sheev, who's just walked up mid and into under tube, and are going to get punished as a result. And now the attackers are going to swarm into the defending site. Sage, however, is running round. Are they going to notice
He
them?
hears them as well.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunate for Chaotic. Thermite. Nice kill on Summer as well. Thermite, another kill on Oliverus.
Thermite's
It is
brought this one
2v1.
back.
Sheev is in a tricky spot. I mean, it's being that low against 2 players.
Yeah.
Not really the best thing.
I think the Jet just spotted them before the smoke went down, which let them easily spray through with the lack of HP on the side of Sheev there. So
Switching sides.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, we're looking at a match point again. This time not on the side of Team Sheev. They kind of took the bag, so to say. Team Benny did. They switched it out, went into OT, and now it is their match point. It's one round, and if they get it, they get it. Team Sheev has to play this very, very carefully.
That works.
the momentum Team Benny must be feeling right now after winning that first round of overtime and the last 3 rounds of the games before. Oh, they must be very, very excited right now. They're going to KO knife.
I would be.
Into B. Flash. But it fades in time for Olivia's to be there to look, but the defenders, the attackers are just going to take out the defenders that are holding there.
It's not looking good for Team Sheev. I mean, obviously, Team Benny has a big man advantage. With a lot of their util still on, Sheev makes sure that the man advantage goes down a little bit, but Benny gets him right out of there. Godfather as well, a kill on Toaster, and it is looking very, very grim for Summer, unless they can get all 3 players here. Ends up getting another one, but unfortunately goes down to Godfather. And that is match for Team Benny. I mean, they played that very nicely. I mean, that is win.
I don't know what happened at the end there. Those last 3 rounds, none of them, if you'd asked me halfway through the round, none of them I thought were going to go in the way of Team Benny, but they just pulled it round at the hands of Thermite and Chaotic and then kept their mental strong for the overtime. Really, really fun.
Yeah. No, that was a really fun match to watch as well, from the casting perspective. Some of the team plays there, obviously for, players that have not played together, probably not played together before. These were some, really, really fun matches to watch.
Yeah, I like the team play. I like the utility usage together. We saw a lot of peeking while people were throwing mollies, Sage slows. Yeah, it was all really coordinated, and I don't think you would have expected them to all have been players who
No,
have just been paired
definitely
up.
not.
No, yeah,
Definitely not. From someone who's come from kind of casting these types of events, that you definitely don't see a lot of kind of coordinated people or kind of coordinated teams that have never played together. It's rare to see, and it's really fun to watch once it happens.
yeah.
But I think that is it. Team Betty obviously took the win there, winning the Red Bull crate there, and I think that is it from us. Very fun casting with you, Embry, and thank you anyone who came out and watched us.